Are you recording?
Yes.
Okay, Leila, here we go. We're gonna make the Samin Nosrat cauliflower steaks. And we're recording it to prove to you how both easy it is and also because, well, we need to eat dinner tonight. So here's the cauliflower. You just sort of cut off the ends like that. And then the goal is to slice it so that you can kind of make steaks. So you divide this area into little slicey pieces like this, trying to kind of leave some area for it to stay together, though a lot of times it doesn't, and that is no big deal either. So now that part of it is done. So then we move on to this, and we just are going to create the spice mix, which I have listed right here on my phone. It is 1 cinnamon stick broken up, and I don't have a cinnamon stick, so I just use a approximate teaspoon of cinnamon. Then it is 2 teaspoons of coriander seed, which miraculously we have. Sometimes we don't have this, in which case we use garam masala. You can always just Google whatever it is that you don't have and put it in. The recipe calls for this turmeric to go in later, but I really don't see the point, so I put it in now. It actually calls for fresh turmeric or a half teaspoon of regular turmeric. I don't know if that's a half teaspoon. It's got to be close. You got to figure back in the ancient days when they were making things like this, they probably didn't actually have teaspoons. They just kind of had vague measurements, like as much as you could grind from a pod of whatever this shit is coming from. And some fennel seed. Let's see how much fennel seed is required. It is 2 teaspoons.
You also just added cloves.
That's about 2 teaspoons. I was supposed to add 4 cloves, but I put in 5 by mistake. I'm not going to let it bother me. Now, okay, now we're gonna grind this up. They probably even advise you to roast this stuff. Sometimes I would do it, but in this case, I don't see the point. Now, it says that you should combine tapioca powder and rice powder for the flour, but like you can do that if you want. I happen to have this gluten-free flour, which is really the point we're trying to make, which is a combination of rice flour and tapioca flour. Now, I'm only making a half batch because whatever, who wants to have that much cauliflower? So I made a full concoction of the spice, but I'm only going to use approximately half of it in my mix. Does that look like half? Is that really half?
No, I don't think so.
That's about half.
Okay. Yeah.
I think so. So half of that, and then it also calls for salt. How much salt? Blah, 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 blah. Come on, salt. I know I see here. Coriander seeds, tapioca flour. Oh my God, I forgot the black peppercorns. Well, you know what? We're just gonna do it without black peppercorns this time. Oh, you know what I can do instead? I forgot the black peppercorns. But look, I have black peppercorns right here. And I'm just gonna grind some of that into that like that. Now I'm going to stir this up. I'm still missing the salt though. I know it's supposed to have a hefty dose of salt. That's what I remember. I think it's maybe a teaspoon. So I'm adding that. And now I'm gonna mix this up. You don't have to mix it up too good because you are going to add a lemon. Here, boom. Hi, look, it's Mary Schley. Got this lemon.
No.
know I have one of those things that you jam into the lemon. Oh, by the way, I know this recipe calls for lemons and limes, but look, I don't have any limes, so I'm just gonna do it with lemons.
Isn't that a lime?
It looks like a lime, but it's actually just a lemon that is not totally ripe. And look, all the seeds are falling in there. I don't care, it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Nobody cares, we're not gonna eat the seeds. Now, you need to get this to the consistency of thin pancake batter. So I'm going to add some water. Don't really know how much. Not that concerned about it. And I'm going to stir it until it turns into batter. That is a little bit thick as far as batter goes. That tastes approximately right. So now over here, you turn on the heat. I'm gonna put it on very high. I'm gonna take some coconut oil. I know it's out of fashion, but it adds flavor. Pour it in there and heat it up. While it's heating up, I'm going to take some of these cauliflower steaks, as they are affectionately known, and I am going to coat them in this batter. Like so. Batter's a little thick. If you ever to do this again and was less determined to prove that it could be done so simply and easily without really thinking that much about it, I would create a thinner batter. But that's not the point of this exercise. The point of this exercise is to show how imperfect this can be and still be delicious. Of course, we'll have to see when we taste it if that actually ends up being the case.
Yeah.
Okay, the oil seems to be hot enough. I put a little bit of this stuff in it. Let's do it again just to see. Does it fry like a little dumpling? So here we go. Look, doesn't even resemble anything like a steak. It's gonna be fine, I hope. Boom. Oh, there's a steak in there somewhere. I didn't even see it. Buried at the bottom. All right, then you just let them sit like that for like 6 minutes aside, and when they come out, they're like crunchy and chewy and delicious. I'm gonna make some more of them. While those cook, you take whatever's left of your cauliflower. This was a particularly small cauliflower, I think. And make little dumplings out of these. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes. Thank you. See how polite I am to Alexa? People don't appreciate that the robots will be nicer to you during the robot uprising if you were polite to them. They're keeping track, FYI. Okay, I have lost my cameraman, but we are still going here. Look at that delicious beauty. And that delicious beauty. Ooh, little spackle. Ooh, that delicious beauty. And one more. We'll kind of flip that one around a little bit later. And I like to serve this with a simple salad of lettuce, tomato, onions, maybe some feta. Alexa, stop. Olive oil and lemon. And there you go. Alexa, stop. And here they come off the grill. Let's see, are they overcooked? Maybe just a little bit, but that is okay because they look so delicious. I'm actually got one off. This is round 2. And look at that beauty.